everybody. This is Dawn Michelle and sharing another reflection from the river. And I'll say discovery, I don't think that's really the word, but what I learned this week is that loving yourself more and caring less are two different things. And I know we all know that, but what I learned this week is that it's not necessary for me to care less. And, I don't really think it's possible for me to care less, especially when I do care about someone or something. Caring less just really doesn't feel natural for me. But what also does not feel that natural for me is caring more about myself. And this is what I mean by that. For most of my life, my focus has been others. How can I make this person feel better? How can I make this space better? How can I meet this need? How can I be of service? How can I do outside of me, right? And I think for a lot of high achieving women, that is our mindset, that is our default. Taking care of other people outside of ourselves, that gives us peace. That brings us a sense of joy and accomplishment, right? But recently, just dealing with grief and loss and new possibilities, just all these, bittersweet emotions all in the same time period. Again, my default was to focus on the people outside of me and how they were doing and what I could do for them. And I neglected to ask that same question to myself. What do you need, Dawn, during this time of excitement, during this time of loss, and watching someone you loved grieve someone they loved, and all the emotions tied to that. And as a result, my physical body reflected that back to me through symptoms with, high blood pressure, serious headaches for long periods of time, just not feeling like myself, disturbed gut, all of these physical symptoms of, some type of angst within me that didn't get an opportunity to be expressed or released. And it was because in my mind, I'm fine. I want to focus on them because, they're probably not okay, or, this could probably really help them. And when I actually paused long enough to recognize, one, that is a habit of mine that while it may have once served me in my life, it no longer serves me well. It's actually harming me. It's actually not a positive for me this time in my life, and it needs to end. So, of course, the default response was, well, I just have to care less. I have to care less about what other people are going through and just focus on myself, that type of, and all that ended up showing me was that someone else has to be in a deficit for someone else to be in overflow and abundance. And that's not necessarily the case, especially when it comes to your love and your care for someone else. You can love someone as much as is humanly possible for you, but you also have to love yourself and care for yourself and be considerate for yourself, towards yourself, while you're loving the other person. One does not negate the other. And that is a phenomenon that I recognize that I still had to do work in. I'm always about performing and operating in excellence and doing the things that need to be done when they need to be done and how they need to be done, right? And so many times I'm looking through that camera lens to really zoom in on what I need to focus on, and I'm forgetting the person behind the camera. So today, in this reflection, I want to share and offer that, mindset shift for you. I I honestly don't believe I'm the only one who had that perspective when it came to caring and love and service to others. In order for me to care more about myself, I have to care less about other people, and that's not the case. You can do both. Care more about yourself. Do the things that fill your cup, that light you up, that bring you joy, that help remind you that you are the main character in your life, and also love and care and cherish the people in your life that you love, because they won't be here forever. Your relationship with them will always change because they're changing, and their position in your life will change. So absolutely love as fully and as deeply as you can those people who are in your life, but do not forget about you. Care more about yourself, and see that as a non-negotiable. See that as a gift that you get to give and experience for yourself, and see it as an opportunity to continue to learn about you and the world and your position in the world and what you like and what you don't like. It is key when you are on this journey towards inner peace and finding your inner order and your inner calm, and just being able to enjoy life, to enjoy the views, to enjoy, what God has blessed you with. Care more about yourself while you are loving others deeply. All right, here are your 10 seconds to reflect. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your weekend and be well.